Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Man United Agenda. And yes, it is the Studs Up show, and we are all talking about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and what the future holds for him at Manchester United. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Man United Agenda. And as always, we have the greatest panels on YouTube going. And it's on Monday. Welcome. And Rebel, welcome back, guys. Listen, fantastic. Disappointed weekend, guys, but how are we all feeling today?
Somber. It's been a somber day for me. Just reflecting on the weekend and everything that went down. It just gets worse and worse. The more you analyze it, the more you do your notes, the more you sort of look at it. It's really poor out there. So, yeah, I've a big grey cloud over my head all day.
Rebel, I know you've been ranting all day. So come on, tell us how you've been feeling.
Like, I'll be honest with you. When we played the way we did against City, I hit a low ebb. Myself and OMONDI, we've broken this down. We've hit it hard. We've crunched the numbers, and it just burns. I think back to this jersey, the 1999 jersey. This has been unworn, unwear, and it's been in my house since 1999. This represented what Manchester United Football Club means to me. The passion that was in that team. Yeah. And just the back. My main man, the original Rebel. No, I'm gonna have to cut him a bit. This persona he's taken on television at the moment, it's not Roy Keane. Roy Keane was a man that always spoke the truth. When he called crap, he spoke it out and he hit it hard. And what I'm seeing from Roy as a pundit, I'm seeing some mollycoddling. I'm not going to lie. I'm seeing some babying. I'm seeing some flattering. And I'm seeing somebody that's not being true to himself. When he left the Irish panel in 2002 from the World Cup, it's because he didn't believe the training facilities were good enough.
Yep.
We are looking at a situation at Manchester United at the moment where allegedly a number of our star players, two of whom are believed to be Portuguese, I'm not going to say their names, but you can guess yourself, have said training is BS and it's not up to what we need to be in order to compete at the highest levels. We've got a squad that is capable of beating anyone on paper, but we're not utilising it. And that is my mood at the moment.
Yeah. Wow.
Well said.
Well said. OMONDI, I'm just going to give you some figures. I know Rebel say you guys crunch on figures. Since Ole has been at Manchester United, he has spent £441 million building this squad. This squad right now is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's squad. Still no system, still no pattern of play, still no philosophy. You're the defensive coach. Talk to us.
Well, it's a lot of money. I mean, but like we were discussing like just before the show about the money that's been spent and what you expect from that money. That money. So I think it's all right buying good players, but you also have to come into a system that is productive. You know. And I just think that, yeah, all these players, what we're seeing, what's seeping out now is the players really speaking out, start to sort of criticise and letting the fans know and letting the public know, because sometimes the players are out there and they must feel shame, you know, when you're playing for a team like that and you're getting outclassed and you have to chase the ball. It's like when you're a kid, I remember when I was a kid playing football, you play against superior teams and I end up crying, like just out of frustration because I'm running too much, can't get the ball, can't get near these guys, you know, and it doesn't change, you know, that little boy inside you still screaming out, on Saturday when they're on the pitch against City. It's like, wow, you're not better than me as a player. Ronaldo's probably looking at his players thinking, you're no better than me. But I feel like I want to cry here, you know? And I'm not even joking, jokes aside. And so after that, you get to the point where it's like, well, it's not me, it's thing. But we can see, and even with the defenders, for example, you're saying about the defence. The defence is being, everyone points to defence and say, look, you're letting this go. And the strikers can get away with missing a few chances and they don't get as much heat. So the defence, they're always in the spotlight. So with all the issues that are going on, sometimes it's individual areas, but overall, it's supposed to be coached. You're supposed to be coached and organised in a system. We were watching Arsenal earlier. I was watching an Arsenal stream and Arsenal a breakdown, and they've got it down. Even the pattern of play of how they build up from defence is perfect. And it's obviously it's Arteta. He's come from Pep's school of thought, but it's still something that's effective, and it's been drilled until they're getting it right now. We've seen at West Ham with Moyes. They've drilled it into them. They're scoring from set pieces and scoring goals and that kind of thing, and beating the likes of Liverpool. So it's all about the coaching. This is such an important factor of a football team. The coach. Ask Mr. B with his boys. He's first team coach of his club.
The worrying thing though with Man United at the moment. Ole's had 3 and a bit years now at the club, trying to build his own team, his own squad, the philosophy. I am absolutely bored and frustrated right now with how the players and the managers coming out constantly apologising. Why are we constantly apologising for? Why can't we get everything correct on the pitch rather than every game, we're sorry about this performance, we're sorry about that performance, sorry about this. It should be, we play for Manchester United, the biggest club in world football. So why are we continuously, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, each press conference coming out saying we have world-class coaches. What world-class coaches? I'm still waiting. There's rumours surrounding, apparently McKenna and Michael Carrick is almost signed a new contract. I don't understand it. I just don't get what's going on at the club at the moment. You've got to take some responsibility, have got to go to the Glazer, but not only the Glazer, but Ole's got to take up big responsibility. It's now coming out where the old boys clubs, as I call it, with your Roy Keane of the world, your Gary Neville of the world, they're coming out and they're meant to be legend at Manchester United, and they're backing what's happening at Old Trafford at the moment. We're not Ole and we're not Ole out, but what the problem for us on the Man United agenda is, our agenda is we want to see good football. If we go out there and we play and there's a system and there's a pattern of play and we can play to a certain way, what it is, we can actually say, you know what, at least he's trying something. Like you were saying earlier with the Arteta system, there are some boys that we know batter him, but you can see a style, you can see a pattern and repercussion, guys. We talk about this quite a lot on this channel. If you do something wrong at Manchester United, there's nothing. You're getting nothing whatsoever. It's literally, don't worry, guys, I'll pick you. We've got enough there for 2 squad, but players are not getting dropped. Players are not getting dropped. There's no, right, you done this week. Right, Bailly's made a mistake. Will Bailly be dropped? The answer is no. If I miss pass, right, I'm going to come to you, Rebel. How many times in that game did you see us lose control? Simple pass. 5-10 yard passes, we go in everywhere, going all over the place.
Manchester City, we were absolutely all over the place. The amount of times we tried to play out of the back, I think I lost count after the first 5. How many we've actually ran into trouble. We were pressed constantly. We did not look comfortable in the back 5. And I just want to pick up on Monday on some stuff about him being the defensive coach. Here's some names that have been signed under Ole. Harry Maguire, 80 million. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Alex Telles, Rafael Varane. That's almost our entire starting back 4, bar Luke Shaw, that has been signed under Ole. We've also signed Bruno, Donny, Amand Diallo, Dan James, who's been signed and sold since, Palestri. There's a list as long as your arm of talent that is coming to our club. And are you telling me that we cannot find a consistent back 4 with Champions League Varane, the 3-peat merchant? He done 3 back-to-back Champions Leagues. Harry Maguire, England international. Aaron Wan-Bissaka was at one stage rated the top back in his position? No, obviously that's not the case at the present, but at one stage he was. Tellez absolutely was seen as the heir apparent to that left back spot. Was going to be the one that was going to replace Luke Shaw, but it woke Luke Shaw up. He said, "Oh, I need to turn up and actually play a game." It is beggars belief that we cannot put together a competent defensive line. And it is frustrating for me as a Manchester United fan to look at the wealth of talent that we have and not to be able to say we can retain our own possession. The amount of times you see a Bruno press because the players around him are leaving on his own because they're not alive to the press. It's not Bruno's fault that he's isolated to a large extent. I know Monday wants him deeper, wants him doing more for the team, wants him to be clued into what the team is doing. But in reality, should the rest of the team be thinking on Bruno's level and pressing with him? We're Manchester United. We're not Crystal Palace. We're not Aston Villa. We're not Norwich. When we go out to the start of the season, we want success. We have a squad that is capable of success. It just needs the right hand to steer. And as you said, we are at the brink of giving Michael Carrick and McKenna on the back of giving Phelan a brand new contract to match Ollie's. But at the same time, the board is thinking on one hand, do we move Ollie on or do we back him? How can you back his squad of coaches when you do not know if you're going to back the manager?
Brilliant. So guys, if you're liking, please like, please share, please subscribe. On Monday, we will come back to you, but we have KH who's going to join us for 5 minutes. Just give his breakdown on what's going on, what his thought processes are at the moment about what's happening at Old Trafford. Welcome, KH.
Hi, KH.
Hi, guys. Hi,
welcome,
guys.
welcome. Just give us your rough rundown of what's going on and what you believe is the player playing for Ole, or just break it down in a nutshell, please, mate.
Before I just want to tell you that I've prepared something which is like, I don't want to clearly bash Ole right now. I just want to know what went wrong post Fergie. I mean, I don't understand why we have found ourselves back into the same position when Fergie left. It's completely gone around the circle. It's completely lost. Whatever the plan was post Fergie, it's all done. What I want to share right now is that when Sir Alex left, the handover process to Moyes, I mean, the players had to adjust to a new coaching setup. I mean, a new coach. Everything was brand new to them because they had a genius behind them, who who dealt with Glazers. I mean, Glazers were not spending before that as well. I mean, we have to admire Glazers. We have to admire Sir Alex. I mean, how he managed with that ownership. Sometimes in life we don't cherish those moments, enough. Then when we fall back to the doldrums of life, what have we lost? We don't appreciate enough. We haven't appreciated. We were spoiled. We're still spoiled. Okay, we still want that. We still want that glory days back. Okay, but we are confused as a fan base. We are absolutely confused. We are divided. We're confused. Some of us want attacking football. Some of us want the glory days back. You cannot have both at the same time. When you're rebuilding, you have to stick to one. Either you want the champion. Either you want to become a champion by getting a real winner, or you just get a manager. Like right now we're wanting, some of us are wanting Ten Hag. Why? We're trying to build again after so many years. We're building again. I just want to share something. When the handover was when the handover was happening, Moyes came. I understand at that time it was a wrong appointment. I understand. I'm not getting the hype of Moyes right now. I'm not getting to the hype right now. He's flourished as West Ham. That's his level. I understand that. He cannot cope up with the pressure of Manchester United. But can we ask ourselves, was he backed? Was he backed in the transfer market? He was not. Was he given enough time? He was not, because his tenure of he was given a 6-year contract. How can you give a manager 6-year contract and then never trust in him? Okay. Then again, the sack was inevitable. We understand that. But what happened after that, we didn't learn. Okay. We got a manager who wanted his own philosophy, Van Gaal. I call it. The players weren't. The players weren't adjusting to his style. He wanted to be a coach off the field as well. He wanted to tell them everything: what to eat, what to do, where to go, everything. I mean, the signings, it didn't make sense. Di Maria, Falcao. Di Maria didn't want Man United. He never wanted Man United. We call him a snake, but he never wanted Man United. And again, a Falcao. How can you get when a club is rebuilding? How can you get a player on loan? How? You are in a rebuilding process. You want to get a player who's there for the long run. How can you get a player who's just there for half a season, depending on how it goes? He won. You just realize that Moyes was not sacked because of the poor football. He was sacked because Glazers didn't get the Champions League money. Let's get that fact straight. Again, Van Gaal was not sacked because the possession-based football. The Glazers didn't like the possession-based football. They have no clue about that. Yeah. He was sacked because he did not get them the Champions League, even after winning the FA Cup. They didn't care about that. Then we signed Jose Mourinho, okay? Why we signed Jose Mourinho? Because we wanted silverware, okay? We gave him, in his first year, he got Pogba, he got Mkhitaryan, and Zlatan on a free, and other players. And then gradually got Bailly and Dalot and Grant, Lindelof as well. But do you remember when he wanted a defender? After finishing second, okay, I'm not counting the Europa League. After finishing second, when he said that this is my this season is better than winning the Europa League, I've outdone myself. What he did is he asked for a centre back. Do you think Chelsea, when the manager there, I think it was Lampard who wanted Thiago Silva, do you think they complained to him why you want aged Thiago Silva? Our fan base were complaining why he wanted Jerome Boateng. Okay, the same Jerome Boateng who won the Champions League with Bayern. You understand? After that, we complained because he was too old. Okay, Thiago Silva won the Champions League. Was he old? And again, we didn't back him. Okay, when we got the centre back, we got the centre back after that. We got the centre back. After that, the next manager got the centre back. Okay? I'm not a fan of Jose Mourinho. It's okay. It didn't work. Fine. But what happened is the Oli era, he rebuilt. Okay? Everything was going great. I mean, in the interim phase, everything was going great. I understand that. But the Glazers fell for the hype. Why they fell for the hype? Is because the whole fan base was singing, okay? They cashed in on the trends. They cashed in everything. The social media world was buzzing, okay? They cashed in on that. They gave him the contract on no previous, academic excellence. What happened? What happened after that is he was given the centre back which we needed a year before, okay? He got Maguire. He improved his defense. He got Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I'll come to that. I don't rate him as what we needed because we had Antonio Valencia. He couldn't cross as well. We got an upgrade. He cannot cross as well. Okay, I don't understand what upgrade we got. And again, how can you bolster your defense then shield it with McFred? I don't understand. You got even now he got Varane, okay, and he plays 7-1-2 against Spurs and against City and still concedes. I don't understand. I don't think the players were trained enough to play in that system. They weren't trained enough. You cannot train it. You need a proper preseason to coach that. I mean, how can you? I mean, for 3 years you are building the United way of wingers and everything. You buy Sancho, going after for him 2 years, and then you throw everything in the bin, and because you just want to save your job. I don't understand. I don't like the bashing of Ole. I don't like it. But the thing is, you should never overstay your welcome. You should never. Okay, and you should respect your legacy. And if you really love the club, I don't want him to walk out. But I just don't want people to berate him as they do. Just he wants to do the best he can right now. He wants to do the best he can. But the thing is, someone needs to tell him that he's delusional. Okay, you cannot. How can a man know he's delusional? Because he's delusional. You need to tell him he's delusional. No one is telling him. The same ex-players who were after Jose and everyone, Wingard, are not telling him anything. They're not telling him online. They're not telling him on Sky that, man, you are out of your depth. We love you as a person, but you are out of your depth. Same like Moyes. He was out of his depth at United. He can do a better job at West Ham or at Everton before that. But you are not at Man United's level. Our midfield is a black hole. You get that? We don't have a midfield. It sucks the defense into creating errors. It sucks the offense in creating no chances.
Objection.
Yeah.
Objection.
Yeah, go on.
All right. I think you've spoken a lot about post-Fergie thing. A lot of stuff we've all witnessed ourselves. Are you saying, KH, that it's the have to take responsibility for this? Because you're saying you're not going to say you want Ollie out, but someone's got to say to him, someone's got to be real with him. Are you saying that he needs to go? Is it the management? Because clearly you've talked about certain managers coming through, not working, decision making, not just the manager, above that, the board, the employment of certain management and everything else. We all agree. But as of today, November the 8th, 2021, what are you saying? Will you make a decision? You're the board member. What are you saying here? Be decisive. I'm
saying I don't want just Ollie out. I want the whole backroom staff out. I don't want jobs for boys. I don't want them. I don't want mates rates. I don't want Rio Ferdinand or Gary Neville, anyone at the helm of board. I want proper football people who know what they're doing. They can be from anywhere in the world. They should have at least 10 years experience of what they have done before and proven experience. Understand? Not just they should have proper philosophy towards what they're doing. Not just we're gonna throw this out, that out. No, we're gonna throw this out because this is the reason I'm doing this. Okay, this is the reason. In 2 years, I'm gonna do that. In 4 years, our club will be here.
KH, one more question. So this is what you want. Where have you seen an example of this being evidenced? What sort of club have you seen that happening?
I'm sorry to say it, but it's Liverpool. It's Liverpool.
Okay.
It's the biggest example. I will not give an example of checkbook. That's Pep. I will not give an example of that. Because Pep, one season he got the entire back line. Okay, he didn't like it. He bought the new one.
Yeah,
you understand. You cannot see those players. You bought so many players. You will not see them. But if we bought them, we would take ages to sell them. You know why? We take ages to sell them. Why? Because why did you tell me to buy it in the first place? You have to explain to our board. No, it doesn't work sometimes. You have to. It doesn't work sometimes. Some players are not fit. Like Sanchez. We believe the hype, but it didn't work with us. 2 managers, it didn't work with us. Okay, that's okay. We're a big club. We're Manchester United. It doesn't matter to us. I mean, biggest example is Donny van de Beek. I don't think it's an Ollie signing. I don't buy it. It is not an Ollie signing because I completely I'm behind this point that it was Ollie wanted Declan Rice, but the board did not want to spend 100 million, which they were demanding. I'm not saying it's too much. I'm not saying it's too. It's justifiable, What I'm saying is, we needed a defensive midfielder. Which Premier League club does not have a defensive midfielder in this day and age? We, the greatest footballing club in the world, we don't have a defensive midfielder. We're just trying to play with half and half. McFred and McTominay are half and half players. They are good players. They're bench players at the best. They are not United quality starting 11 players. Okay, they cannot pass forward. All they do is pass back. I've heard Patrice Evra spoke that once he passed forward, he had to listen. He had to get a hair dry treatment from Sir Alex. Why you pass backwards? Why?
Yeah.
He had to get that treatment just once, and they were winners. That club, that team was winners. And
KH, just one more question from me, and then I'm done. We got 2 weeks now, international break.
Yeah.
What I'm asking you, what are we going to do about it? Because you said everyone in the comments, everyone on the panel, we know what you're saying. We're nodding in agreement. Yeah. What are we going to do about it? Because you're highlighting something we know. What are you going to do about it?
You're the board.
The thing, yeah, I understand.
In a word, do you think Ollie should leave?
Of course, everyone in the world, except Ollie, knows that he should leave. Everyone in the world knows he should leave. Even I don't think.
You make a very good case. Then you've made a very good case for that, based on what you've been saying, as far as I'm concerned. And I know you watch the show and everything, but we've all been saying the same kind of thing. And rather than saying he's got to go, you have justified the reasons why. You know, mismanagement of the club.
It's too easy to say. It's too easy to say Ollie out. It's just a trend.
You've done a great job justifying it. I do agree.
The kids can go online and type Ollie out. It just does not make sense.
Exactly.
Yeah. KH, I've got to wrap up there because we've got to then move on, because I think there might be one or two more people jumping on. But listen, it's a pleasure. First time on the Man United Agenda. Absolute pleasure having you. You made a great case, and thank you for your support and your contribution.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we really appreciate that. Yeah, thank you.
Big up, KH.
Big up.
Thank you.
Right, guys. Okay, KH made some very valid points there. We have spoken about a lot of those points on this show. So if you're watching, please like, please share, please subscribe. Like KH there, guys. You do know we're the Man United Agenda, and if you want to have your say, please contact us and we'll get you on the channel as well. So let's move on, guys. Obviously, KH come up with the whole thing of it's a trending Ole out. Kids can write it, coaching stuff, but also not from us, but there's rumors regarding through a newspaper that was printed this afternoon, talking about Wayne Rooney might even come in the fold now and be part of the management team.
Can I come in there?
Go on.
Look, Wazza, Wayne Rooney, absolutely legend for Manchester United. He scored a hat-trick on his debut. He's done a lot of things for Manchester United. But unfortunately, I think bringing in Wayne at this point, even though obviously he'd be freely available given the state of Derby at present, would be just another condemning of the current situation, which is the lads' club, unfortunately. Like, I've said this before on the show. If you remember correctly, back when Klopp had a disagreement with his number 2, he became the most prestigious number 2 available as a free agent. Ollie, when he was brought in, was given Michael Carrick, who was learning his trade, and McKenna, who came up from the under-18s or something like that. And he wasn't given a top-class backroom team. And a lot of the disparity amongst the players at the moment is the quality of training. Would Wayne Rooney improve the quality of training, which is one of the systemic issues that we have currently at our club? And I don't believe he does.
If he participates in training, maybe it might improve. If he's still as aggressive, maybe if he participated, it might improve. Yeah,
it's true. But the worrying thing for me, though, as a Man United fan, and every show we do at the moment, and obviously we're talking on WhatsApp group and things, but I keep saying Ole's going nowhere, and I honestly believe Ole will be at the club come next season.
But Solo,
I'm lost for word. I can't really put anything into context, because for me, every single apology, you'd sit there and think every game there might be some player changes, there might be something different, but changing from a back four to a back three, but the same players playing, doesn't really justify. There's no point apologizing. There's no point apologizing for something when in reality you're not changing anything, really, are you?
Exactly.
There's no personnel changes.
Hold on a minute. You just said Rooney. I'm going to put it like this. Rooney is at nursery. He's learning his trade. I don't think he's a good manager yet. You don't put, it's like Lampard was at Derby for a season and championship, and they put him in for sentimental reasons. There's no way we're taking Rooney. Come on, look around us, guys. Look around us. Look what's going on. We're missing the boat. You get an amateur in like Rooney. We get an amateur in like Ollie. Look what happens. We're only going to go downhill. We need to get, like KH said, we need to get professional people in who are experienced and know what they do. Even if it means some of the favourites have to leave the club and everything else, we need to get back on top, because we're losing grip on, these 3, 4, 5 and Newcastle, 6 clubs now who are going to be doing bits very soon and going to be very well managed, What one of these clubs is going to bring in? It's like Tottenham bringing in Gaza, going down the pub. Is Gaza there? Yeah. Oh yeah, he was a great player for us. Come on, Gaza. Come down and lead the team. It's just as bad as that. So it's not going to happen. Forget this Rooney rumours. He's about 5-10 years off proving himself. Back in the day, people like Brian Clough, he had to prove himself. He started at the bottom, coming up through the leagues and everything else. Who's another great manager? Ipswich manager, Bobby Robson. He had to prove himself with Ipswich and got them. They were just like on the last day, they nearly won the league and won the UEFA Cup as well. Do you see what I'm saying? So you need to really demonstrate you can do something. Crystal Palace had Terry Venables before he could do anything. And what's going on today? Just because you're a good player, suddenly you can just walk in. Look at Vieira. Vieira's doing a great job at the Crystal Palace. But no one's talking about when he's at Man City as a youth coach. Then he went to Red Bull, New York City. Not played there. He could have, if he wanted to, he could have strolled at it.
You know what?
Came to France with Nice, got them in 7th place. He's had his, he's gone through his nursery. He's at college now. He's graduated, and he can say, "Yeah, I'm ready." We're rushing these stupid, sentimental guys in just because they've been legends at the club. This, come on, man. There's a no from me.
You know what, Monday? You raised a very vital point there. All top quality former players will always be remembered as top quality former players, but that does not necessitate that they have the skill set to be managers. When we look at Manchester United, we look at people that are trying to be best in class. And we have to ask ourselves, can they prepare a team to be best in class? And you have to look at not only Ollie, but when he was appointed, did he get the best in class management team put with him to work towards building him? When you look at what Vieira got to start with, he was given a support network. He was given the ability to build his talent set. Ole has got Michael Carrick, who's learning. Now, don't get me wrong, he could be England manager in the future. Who knows? He could be one of the best coaches that we ever had. But he was given training wheels with him. And you cannot manage a team in training wheels. It comes back to the fundamentals. What you get in a game is what you do in training. And we are currently being linked with every manager under the sun, and we are currently in a pantomime situation. Punch and Judy. Ollie's in, Ollie's out. Ollie's in, Ollie's out. We cannot continue to be the butt of the joke in the media, because currently that's what we're viewed as from rival fans, and we cannot continue in that fashion.
Just to add to that, we've got in Barcelona, they're talking about Xavi. Now, Xavi's been away for a long time, learning his trade and everything else. He didn't rush in as soon as he retired. He's gone out to Saudi Arabia or Middle East somewhere. He's been out there for a while, learning his trade, coaching, taking his time. And now when he comes in, he's probably more than ready, more experienced than he would have been when he just as he retired. So, so there's a process to this. It's not an easy transition from player to great manager. Even Johan Cruyff, even though he was a manager on the pitch, anyone who knows Johan Cruyff would agree. Done in the comments and thing. He was, I would say, he was a manager on the pitch. He was that good, orchestrate everything, because he understood what the coach wanted, and he was the manager on the pitch, literally, like that. That's how good he understood the system, the total football thing.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned,
he even took time to adapt and bring it to the club side as a manager as well. So come on, guys, we can't rush these things.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, Zabi, and just one quick final point on that. The first thing he's done, and it was before he was officially announced today, is he's overhauled the medical procedures that are going on in Barcelona Football Club. He identified a weakness out of the gate with the team doctor, with the way that the recoveries were working, and they are overhauling it. He was in there at the grassroots day one, and he's affecting change. If our manager wants to do the same thing, he needs to look at his training, and he also needs to look at his recovery and physio sessions, because clearly we've got a problem there. Marcus Rashford today has withdrawn from the England squad because guess what? He's injured and he's just back from surgery.
Yeah.
So, guys, before we go on to want to look through a couple of clips, clips in a minute. Man United wage bill for the Premier League, guys, for the Premier League wage bill is at £226 million.
How does that measure up to other clubs? Where is that in the league table?
Chelsea is 162.
Sorry?
Chelsea, 162 million.
So
they're the second highest. Then you've got Man City, who are third. Liverpool, Arsenal, Tottenham, Everton, West Ham, Leicester.
Okay.
And
so we're top of the wage bill.
The wage bill for us is 226.
So we're top of the wage bill Premier League.
Yeah. Chelsea 162, Man City 143, Liverpool 139.
All right.
That's hardly surprised though when you consider our second choice goalkeeper is on 250,000. Our second choice goalkeeper is 250k a week.
Yeah.
That's mad.
Yeah.
Sorry, can Rooney play as a CDM? He's better than what we got.
Yeah, he could do. So, guys, let's go to some still picture, and this is going to be to do with the game that we played on Saturday, or was it Sunday? I can't remember now. Jesus, it's that bad. Okay, so this is the first goal, guys. Everybody, own goal. I'm going to come to Omondi first. You play centre back, so let's go to you first. Positioning of the player to begin with, and
right. There's three in defence, as we know this. I think the defensive three should be a bit more compact. You look at the distance between him there and Wan-Bissaka, who the ball's come across from Cancelo, left-footed cross. It's a carpet of a pitch. It looks like it's bounced up a bit. Why is he going to ground for starters? His positioning should be, I can't point or move him, but he should be, the ball shouldn't be behind him like that. Yeah, I don't know. Can you point? I don't know. So I think his starting position should be with the ball in front of him so he can clear. So that way you can say, all right, you're looking at the cross coming in, you're looking at players ahead of you, you're looking at an angle, it's 90 degrees angle so you can see everything. For him to be going to ground like that, you say, well, where is your starting position, bruv? Looks like you run backwards to try and clear the ball. And for starters, you don't clear the ball like that. I mean, your foot is not a 50 pence piece coin. How can it go from there into the goal? You know what I'm saying? You got to do something just from a leg. You got to get your whole body behind the ball and clear it. So for me, I would be cussing that guy. Me and him would be fighting in the change room. So how are you going to let it go? Because the thing is, if you play compact and tight, the way I play, I always say, let them get the crosses in. Carry them out wide. Don't bring them to me. Carry them out wide. Because that's taking responsibility. Because if they get a crossing, I'm dealing with it. And if I don't deal with it, then you can say something to me. But if I'm organising the defence, I'm saying, let them go out wide, get the crosses in, because I'm 6'5", I'm gonna eat this up every time. And I do. Not to boast up, but I actually do. Because otherwise people will tell me that I don't get any heat. So that kind of thing, I think he should have his whole body behind the ball. His starting position is poor. Why is it he's left like that? Who is he? What is he doing? How can he explain that? You know, that's what I feel about it. I was really disappointed because I did have an issue with you guys during the week about the Atalanta game where I said he was responsible for the 2 goals because he's out of position, and obviously, I gave diagrams, everything else to evidence that. And here again, after 6 minutes in the game, he's going to ground, doing his sort of last-minute ditch. It seems like he's like last-minute tackle or something. Why is he doing that? Just a ball across the face of goal. Clean that up. That's what he's paid to do.
So, Amonde's done that one, Rebel. I'm not going to give you this one. I'm going to give you the next one, Rebel.
Can I play devil's advocate just in a short point with this one? Boy does nothing. Ball trickles through. Lindelof may or may not be alive too. I believe that's Gundogan arriving into the box.
Yes.
Ball trickles through to Gundogan and he taps into the back of the net. Do you criticise Boy for not trying to misdirect the ball then? On Monday.
The ball's come across the face of goal in that area, yeah, where you have to clear it. If he's positioned correctly, he would clear it into the stands. And someone would catch the ball and say, hey, look, Daddy, look at me, I've caught the ball, or whatever. Or even head it back to the thing, or give it to the lino. That's a good, I would like to see, everyone can go and see the highlights, but you can see, when you go and see the highlights, guys, after the game, check out Bailey's starting position, how he gets, the ball gets in front of him. That's what I would be asking you guys. How does he get from there, where he's coming back, facing his goal, where he has to clear the ball, where he's actually facing the goal? You've got to clear the ball facing the other way out. It's clear as day.
Okay.
Right. So now we're going to go to Rebel. This is your case.
I want a piece of this as well. Go on.
Yeah, Rebel, this is your case. Obviously, cross coming in, and you got Maguire and Luke Shaw, and obviously David De Gea. You can't really, no one can really and truly blame the goalkeeper for this, because
what?
You can't blame the goalkeeper for this.
Right.
Because
sorry, forgive me.
It's come through. First thing, Maguire could have cleared it. Then it went to Luke Shaw, could have cleared it. And obviously, the player came behind and toe poke it in. So De Gea think one of them is going to get rid of it, but none of them do. I know someone's going to say he should have commanded his area better, but
yes,
you had two players. You got an £80 million defender, the captain, and I know someone put on it early on here. We'd take the mickey out of what's his name, Phil Jones. But without Phil Jones would put his head straight through that and hit the post and whatever, put his body on the line. Why these defenders are not doing it for Man United? So, Rebel, let's go to you, because Monde's getting upset at me.
I'm going to fall out of you soon, fella.
I said this to Monday in the review show. That ball continues on, and as the player that eventually taps it into net gets on hold of it, Shaw is in his path, but you will actually see Maguire in an island face on to what's going on behind Shaw. And if you're working as a defensive cohesive unit, you're going to give a shout, man behind. Did he? Did he not? Clearly, because of the way the goal went, he didn't, because Maguire was caught ball watching. £80 million of defender, the captain of our club, the leader of our defence, as much criticism and gusto that Monday is given to put down Bailly, Mr. Maguire is equally culpable for his absolute failure since he came back from injury to command his defensive line. He cannot be held without responsibility or culpability for what has happened since he's come back. He's conceded, 4 to Leicester, 5 to Liverpool, 2 to Atlanta, and 2 more to City. He's been shambolic since he came back. He's supposed to be the leader of our defence, the leader of our club. He's been demure. He's been absolutely shambolic. And in this occasion, he had the opportunity to give a call to ensure that we did not give up another goal. You're going to say that Luke Shaw should have done better and should have been more alive to the guy coming in and running, that it's not Maguire's responsibility. You're going to say that De Gea should have been shouting and commanding his defence. But at the end of the day, if you got eyes on of what's happening in front of you, and we don't have the still today of Maguire sitting there like a statue and a gambine, you have to ask yourself, what am I doing as captain of this club and leader of our defence?
Brilliant, brilliant. So, guys, we're going to just go on here now. Sorry. Yours, go.
Hold on a minute. Give me a piece of this. Give me a piece of that. Go back to the thing. Give me a piece of this, please.
Oh, you want some?
Of course.
I want some as well. Jesus. Sorry, I thought we're just going to pass it on.
Right, guys, you have to remember this is a 1-2. 1-2 with the goal scorer. He played it across the park for Cancelo. Cancelo picks it up and the goal scorer is gone now. So they've got a good line there. That's not too bad. The ball's coming across. But look at the space in between the line, behind the line and to the keeper. The keeper's not even in shot, okay? So he's the keeper, I feel, should be communicating with Maguire, Shaw, and Lindelof and saying to them, letting them know, because they have to look at the ball and look at everything else. You see, what's the name? Silva's got him behind Shaw, so you need some communication there where it says, Shaw, don't give it up, there's a man behind you, or Maguire, if Maguire can't get the header, over me, or something like that. So Shaw continues his run. Do you know what I'm saying? There's so many factors here where communication is key. So this is a simple 1-2, a really basic 1-2. Silva started it, passed it to the guy here, and he just flicked it over the top. And really and truly, if Maguire, maybe if it's gone over his head, he should have called it. De Gea should have been on the 6-yard line, I feel, to be able to come out and claim that. That's why a weakness of him, where he coming out. Remember, there was a stat about how many balls he comes out and claims. It's really poor. And he should be standing on the 6-yard line, ready to get physical. He's a goalkeeper. Goalkeepers get touched these days and they get a foul. And reading, anticipating, and communicating with defenders a lot more. So it's a three-way thing. I think 3-4 players are at fault there, especially De Gea.
Solo, for the record, he said Maguire should have given a shout. Just saying, for the record.
Oh, dear. So, guys, I'm just going to go into here now. This is our next 6 fixtures. How many points can you see us getting from here?
Current
3
circumstances.
points.
So going on with it?
Yeah, can we just give a yay or nay? 3 points at Watford. I think we can beat them at Watford. No?
No.
Okay.
1.
Villarreal is a draw, hopefully, or
Draw
we can
as
lose
well.
that. We can afford to lose that. Chelsea, we got good 4 or 5 days, Tuesday to Sunday. So we got Chelsea away. I think we can get a draw if we set up correctly. I don't think they're as potent as they make out. And then we got I need to be Arsenal because Arsenal fans are getting on my tits right now. Crystal Palace, I mean, you could say that's a tough game as well, the way they're playing. And then Young Boys, I think that's guaranteed win. So I reckon 6-7 points there.
1 against Watford. I don't see us getting anything from Chelsea the way we're setting up. Arsenal playing with confidence they're in. I think they'll take us at Old Trafford. Crystal Palace, they will set up in a way that will give our defences nightmares in the way we're trying to set up at the moment. Villarreal, Champions League, nothing. Beat Young Boys and hope then that the other result goes our way.
If you're right as well on Monday, you got to remember last season, if I'm right to say, Crystal Palace did beat us last season.
Yeah. Well, this is a team you don't want to play at the moment because they're in great form and they've got runners. Is it Elise and Saha? All these guys, if they're running our defence.
And you got the forward, what's his name up front as well, from Rangers?
Eduardo
again. Great player.
And the thing is, we spoke about this on the weekly roundup yesterday about Crystal Palace. Vieira's got a way of psychologically getting through to these players. A lot of players from South London, a lot of talented players there. He's obviously done a Wenger where he's set up, he's coming to the club saying, oh, I know this guy can play, and brought them all in at the same time. Same like Wenger brought him in because he knew he's unknown, but he could play. So I think Vieira's doing really well. Big up to him.
Quick correction for Solo because he's just done a Wally the Week moment.
Thank
Eduardo, he played for Celtic, not Rangers.
Celtic, sorry, yeah. Don't give him other things, man. Come on. Don't give him ammunition. So a comment here from Vaughan. This is what he believed. Only team he believed would beat. Palace just beat City as well on Monday. Yeah. So, guys, if you're watching, please like, please share, please subscribe. We're the Man United Agenda. And remember, if you hit that subscribe button, once we hit 1K subscriber, we're not far away from it at the moment. We will do a live draw on this show to get yourself a signed Bruno Fernandes football shirt. So please like, please share, please subscribe. And thank you all for all the comments you've put in today. We really appreciate it. And we're really, really, really sorry that we could not read out all.
Can I just give a shout out to personally, because guys, we love the contributions you're making. Bath time with Vaughan, take a bow. Box, big up Box. How you doing, man? Andy Herbert, KH obviously came on the show and gave his analysis for the last Fergie. We've got Paxton Ponytail, is it, or Paxty?
Yep, Paxton Ponytail. Thank you.
Not Ponytail, sorry. It's Paxton Pommy Cow. Big up, man. Thanks for welcome to the show. Chris, how you doing, Chris?
Big up, Chris.
Yesterday I died. Devils United. Maisie, I saw your scorecard. Not impressed with some of these 7s and 8s from you and Talk MU. Also, big up Talk MU. X-Rash 27. How you doing, man? Good. Akil, yep. P, welcome again. And here we go. Radwell. Someone help me out here. Deepan Show. Big up, guys. Big up. Everyone who just contributed right now. Yeah. I hope Carrie I caught everyone here.
Carrie's in the building.
Who? Oh, Carrie, yes. Big up, Carrie. Yeah. Big up, Silver Fox. Yeah. And Mikel Arteta's spying on us, it seems.
Yep. And big up Rebel. Show. Big up Rebel as well.
A Rebel.
Rebel, big up.
It's magic trick again. Yeah. Thanks, everyone, for the contributions.
Guys, appreciate it.
We got 2 weeks off, guys. We got, what we're going to talk about.
We got loads to talk about. We're Man United. There will be news tomorrow. Guys, thank you so much for liking, sharing, watching. Share it with your friends. Share it with your family. Win yourself a Man United signed football shirt. So from us, OMONDI, Rebel, Solo, we'll speak to you guys in the week. Thank you for watching.
Good night.
Have a lovely evening.